It's Kelly from Loch Briar Knits, and thanks for joining me for my podcast about knitting and other crafty things that come up. Mostly it's going to be knitting and hand dyeing right now. Sewing's keeps getting put off. I don't know. I am going to get to it before the year's end because it's one of my goals, so bear with me. But today it is, actually I should tell you, I'm coming to you from Nova Scotia, Canada, where I live with my husband and my clownish golden retriever who is currently in sloth mode right now and sacked out on the floor. I can't guarantee how long that's going to stay for, so we'll see. Sometimes he jumps up and gets a sudden burst of energy. So anyway, it's prime nap time right now, so hopefully he'll stay put. Anyway, let's see what else. Admin stuff. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Kelly L. Boyce. I'm not on Twitter much. Mostly I'll just transfer stuff from Instagram over to Twitter. You can find me on Etsy and Etsy. My Etsy shop and my Facebook page are both Loch Briar Knits, and I'm on Ravelry as Loch Briar, and we also have a Ravelry group for this podcast where I keep all the show notes and just other things that are going on. That is Loch Briar Knits as well. So I think that's everything for administration. I have set up a Ask Me Anything. I think it's called Ask Away on the Ravelry group, and you can also put any questions you have. Just put anything pops into your head. It doesn't have to be knitting related. Just pop it in, and we've got an ask and answer section at the end that I'll be adding those to. And I'm going to apologize for the lighting because I had planned on doing this upstairs in the living room because today is rainy and kind of murky, but now all of a sudden it's starting to lighten up and it just feels a little washed out in here. So I'm actually going to cover that window just a little to see if that helps with some of the glare. So hang on. Okay, I think that helps a little bit. Anyways, so I think that's everything for administration. Yeah, I think so. This is episode 8. I should probably mention that. Episode 8. We're so close to 10. So thank you so much for everybody who subscribed. It really means a lot to me because my original point in doing all this was to sort of create or join in on the knitting community that's online, because I don't have a knitting group here locally. I mean, I'm sure there is one, but my schedule is so wonky that I think trying to try to join in. I did try to join in on one, and then whenever they were meeting, it was like that was writing time for me, so I couldn't get away, or it was in the evening, or there was always something. Anyway, so it just didn't really work out. So this seems a much better way for me to do it time-wise, and I am really enjoying it. I love meeting the people online. I love kind of being part of that creative community. So thank you so much for the subscribers. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. If you're a new viewer, welcome, and I hope you will return. So that's everything for administration, and we might as well, I'm trying to think what's on my notes because last time I forgot my show notes, so I do have them here, but, you know, then there's the whole putting the glasses on, taking the glasses off, blah. My sexy librarian look, as my husband calls it. He's so easily impressed. Acquisitions, oh yeah. So, by the way, I've got this rogue piece of hair today and allergies. So it's going to be a fun day. I'm going to probably be scratching at my nose and shoving my hair back out of my face. So, anyways, on to acquisitions. Okay, so if you're a returning viewer, you've probably heard me mention Taylor from Wool Needles Hands. If you haven't seen her podcast, go check it out. She's a fantastic podcaster and indie dyer. And she just recently opened her shop. It's called Fiber for the People. So here is her card. So that's her card. Fiber for the People. So I did a little shopping on opening day. I had a really hard time trying to figure out. I wanted to not go too crazy. So anyway, here we have. The first one here is the Purple People Eater. And it's on her 80/20 sock base. Yeah, which I think she calls Taylor's favorite. Yeah. So here it is. Oops. I'm gonna bring this up here a bit just so you can kind of get a look at it. It's all of these, like, it really is a Purple People Eater. There we go. So you can see she's got like some speckles and the purple and the yellow. It's fantastic. And I think this is going to be a pair of socks. This is going to be a pair of socks, and those socks are going to be on my feet. So, oops. That was purchase number 1. And purchase number 2 was on her singles base, and this is 100% superwash merino. This one is called her spring drop cloth. So check out all the fantastic colors in there, like, honestly. And oh, by the way, check out more sparkles in the nail polish. This one's red. It actually looks like paint splatter, so it goes perfect with this yarn, which is drop cloth. So apparently what she's going to do is each season she's going to have like a different drop cloth for each season. So this is the spring one. I'm going to try to get them all because I love it. It's all these crazy colors. So I think this one's going to end up in a shawl. Yeah, I think this will end up in a shawl. So this was my second skein, and that's in the single space. So, Fiber for the People purchase. Now she also sent. This has So there's like she sent like a little 15% off for your next purchase. And she put in some tea, sultry strawberry. I don't know what, well, obviously it's going to have a strawberry taste to it. I have never tried this one, but it sounds perfect for summer, so I can't wait to have that one. And there was also, she just sent some little stitch markers in the thing as well. So, you know, lots of goodies. And then last episode, I had gone to the Loop, which is my local yarn store, because Evie Knits had done a trunk show there and I'd missed it, but I did go down and I got some of the yarns. So the top one here is self-striping, and then the other one is just variegated in all these lovely colors. So this one is the Woodlands. And this one, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Day to Night. So these are going to be, I think, for gifts for my my brother and my husband, or my father. I'm not sure which. I hope my brother would appreciate the socks. Maybe he would. I have his stocking. My family, the grown-ups, the adults. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 of us. Yeah. And what we do at Christmas dinner is we draw names out of the hat to see whose stocking we fill the next year. So each year you have somebody different filling your stocking, and you feel somebody different than you had the year before. You're not allowed to repeat the same person twice. I always hope to get my sister because she is so easy to buy for because we kind of like the same things. I have my brother this year who is probably, I would say, out of all the guys, the hardest to buy for because he doesn't have hobbies. He likes to read. So I always get him, his favorite author always puts a new book out right around, a couple months before Christmas. So we have a standing thing. That's his gift because we still give each other a gift. But his, he's hard to buy for. He plays basketball and he plays softball, but there's really nothing there that I can gift him. So I don't know. He's going to be tough. He does like to cook, but he's already got kind of everything in that area. So I don't know. He likes to eat, but I don't cook if I can help it. So you know what? Maybe he's just getting a pair of knit socks and something else. Anyway, so my point was, with this whole rambling thing, I did go back and get some more of the Evie Knits yarns because when I was there the first time I kept it to 2, but I had like about 5 in my hand and I couldn't decide, and there were 2 that I really, really wanted, and I put them back, and then I went back like a week later, 2 weeks later, and bought them. So this is another one of her self-striping yarns, and it's called Beach Ball. So it did not come with the dog hair. I added that later. Get off. So you can kind of see all the really nice, vibrant colors. There we go. I love those colors, and I can't wait to see how they stripe up because her stripes are kind of nice and thin. So I'm very excited about that. The other one I got from her was this one's not self-striping, but oh my God, the colors, and I am like a huge, huge sucker for like autumn rusty orange. So this one is called Autumn Foliage. And it actually looks a little blown out here, but it is like really nice, vibrant orange, and there's some gold in there. Oh, I love it. So both of those are gonna be for me. And then this is Ella Rae. So if anybody watched the earlier episodes, I was doing a lace hat in Ella Rae yarn for the spring hat knit along that Little Needles Hands was putting on, and I really, really love the yarn. So this is Lace Merino DK. Look, oops, send that flying in a minute. Look at the colors, and again, like my camera kind of blows colors out a bit, but it says DK, but honestly, I don't know. I'd say you can kind of see. I don't know. I don't really know that that's what I would call DK. Maybe. I don't know. So I grabbed that because I thought that would make either a really cool pair of mittens or a hat. And I think I might do a hat because the colors were just so crazy and fun. So that was my yarn stash. I also got a pair of, so these are US 0 2mm. My plan socks, because part of it. So here's the deal is I was currently using, I think that's not quite proper grammar. So double pointed needles, not my friend at all. I keep like knocking the needles and dropping stitches because I knock the needles and things fall off, and it's just, it really makes knitting socks painful. Like, painful, people. I just, ugh. And I want to knit socks because I love knitted socks. So I thought, okay, two things. I have two options. I have three options. I can stop knitting socks. That's not really an option. I can try this, although even, you know, when I took it out and I was like, God, I don't know. It's like, I have small hands and suddenly I feel like a really awkward giant. So I don't know how well this is going to go. But the other option was magic loop. So, magic loop is my new best friend. So I actually bought, and I can't show you because it's in use right now, but we'll get to that in a minute. I bought 2 pairs of Knitter's Pride Karbonz 40-inch circs. And I bought a pair of Addi Turbos, which I did earlier. The 2 Knitter's Prides are the new ones. And then I'd shown the Addi Turbo Rockets, I think, on a previous episode. So those aren't new. So I did buy those, and I am going to try just to see how it feels like. And then, you know, I always have these as a backup, but I think the magic loop is going to be my jam. So I do have those anyways. And honestly, people, I spent too much money. I got some new project bags from Longview Creations, who is out, she's out of Alberta. I want to say Calgary. I keep forgetting. So, I got some project bags. I actually have the other one. No, actually, I think I have 2 of her project bags. I have the one that I showed last week, which is the smaller version. So these are some of her bigger bags. And really, does this just not scream summer? Like, look at the colors in this. La la. It's just, yeah, that's just summer. And she has these cute little sheepy, I don't know if that'll, see if I can get that to show up. Little sheep things in the zipper. So that's really, I really like that. I could just like little stitch mark or progress keepers because, you know, you can just pop it off. But I like it there because it makes it really easy to kind of grab. And then the inside, you know, it's got like the flat bottom, which I like. And the inside's kind of a nice sort of peachy tan color. And it's nice and squishy. And I love this. I love the colors. It's got the handle. So this is the second one I got. I got 2 of the larger ones. This is in honor of Canada Day, which is coming up next weekend. That's our 150th anniversary of Confederation. And check it out. Look at the beavers. I mean, honestly, can you get more Canadian than that? Throw in a hockey puck. Does one of them have a hockey stick or something? He's got a mug. He's probably drinking Tim's out of it. Timmy's. So check them out. Like, I love these guys. These guys are crazy. Lumberjack beavers. So since I plan on And again, this has got like the flat bottom and the black top, and it's got the kind of the matching, pretty much matching interior there. I've got sweaters and a stash of shawls that I want to do, and I only have, well, I have two large project bags right now, but they're in use. One has my Hohikateli starting point cowl in it. We'll get to that later. And the other one has my languishing simple lines shawl wrap, which we'll also get to later. So that's it for our acquisitions. That was enough, wasn't it? It was, yeah. I do something else. I ordered a subscription to PomPom. So they were doing their 25th issue anniversary. So as part of that, they had taken their original, the original issue, and they re-edited it and then re-released it. So I got this as part of my order, and this one came in first. But like honestly, I can't wait to I didn't read it yet because it's just, you know, work, and I wanted time to like just sit down with a cup of tea and enjoy it. So that came in the other day, and I was very happy. So I'm keeping a little band on it because it just looks really pretty. So anyway, that's the last of the acquisitions. I've got to say what I'm drinking because I got a new tea. Well, it's not new. This is actually my absolute favorite tea. It's from Stash, and it is their, I don't know if you can see that, lemon ginger. So it's like sweet, but it's got a kick to it, which I really like. And I'm really thirsty. I don't know if it's the allergies or itchy nose. I've been like grabbing that, sucking it back. So WIPs. I have an almost faux, and no hose. So about the Hohi starting point cowl. Yeah. So, oops, hang on. I'm detangling myself. I didn't work on it at all. I've been seeing everybody else's shawls and they look so beautiful, but I'm also looking at it going, wow, I still got a lot of work to do, because you were working kind of two pieces at the same time. But for anybody who is a new viewer, I was only working one piece because I thought, well, I'll get the 5 clues for the one piece done, and then I'll get the 5 clues for the next piece done, and then put them together however she'd wanted us to put them together. Except when I got clue 4, I realized you couldn't start clue 5 until you had the 4 pieces the 4 clues for both pieces completely knitted up, which I didn't. And there was no way I was going to have it done before clue 5 came out. So then I was going back and forth. Do I stop at clue 3? Because I had the first 3 clues done. So do I stop there and then go knit clue 1 to 3, and then knit the 4, and then knit the 5? And I thought, yeah, that probably makes the most sense to do, but I lost steam. and I really want to finish it. I am going to finish it, but I just didn't work on it. I think I needed a break, so I didn't work on it at all in the last 2 weeks. It is exactly where you saw it the last time, so I'm not going to bother dragging it out and showing you. Hopefully I'll get some work done on it over the next couple weeks and have something a little more worthwhile to show you. Also the simple line shawl, same story. I think what I'm going to do, because there's there's 2 shawls that I really, really want to start. And I think in order to do that, I'm gonna put the simple lines in the back burner. Yeah, I'm gonna put the simple lines in the back burner. It's sort of it is exactly as it says. It's simple. You do like garter edging on the end, and in between it's knit 2, purl 2, ribbing. That's it. That is all it is, and that's the whole thing. I've got 1 ball completed. I have 2 balls of fingering weight left to do. So I got a ways to go. I love how it looks. I think once it's blocked out, it's going to be beautiful. I'm half tempted to maybe only do 2 balls because I think that might be enough once it's blocked out. But I'm going to wait until I get there to find out. I may need all 3. But I need a break from it because it's a little monotonous if you're doing it for any length of time. It's great to pick up for like, oh, I've got half an hour, blah, 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 and just go. Because it's a bit of a mindless knit in that you don't have to be trying to figure out a pattern, but it's not the most exciting knit, and it's all one color. I'm doing it all in one color, so I don't even have the variation of the yarns. I think if I were to do it again, which I probably won't because it is sort of it's been a long process, and I'm only a third of the way through, so I don't think I'll be picking it up anytime soon. But that being said, it's going to be lovely when it's done, and I love the yarn I'm working with. I'm using, I am using Juniper Moon Harriet Fine in the Baha'i. I keep wanting to say Baha'i Principe because that was a resort I stayed at one time. It was called Baha'i Beach. Yeah, so it's lovely, and it's going to be like really great when it's done. It's just taking a while, and I need a break from it. So that's going to go on the back burner for about a month or 2 maybe. So what I have been working on is my socks, and as I said, the magic loop is my new best friend. I can't even tell you how addictive. If you knit with the magic loop, you probably know. So this is what I got done. This is my Spring Explosion sock, knit from the first batch of actually this is the first yarn I ever hand dyed. And I've recreated it, but I've recreated it with more, looking over at the thing, more orange and maybe a little less pink. Oops. So I didn't quite get as much pink in it as this one has, but that's okay because I actually really like the orange. I love orange. It's such a bright, fun color. But these socks are for my sister. So this is sock number 2. And if anybody didn't see last episode 7, that's the completed first sock. But here's the issue. When I dyed this yarn, I took out enough yarn to make a little mini skein in another color because it was my first attempt at dyeing, and I just wanted to kind of try some other things. So this was the little mini skein I made out of that ball of yarn, which meant I did not have a full ball of yarn. So I was going to make these shorter socks, but as you can see, they're really not shorter. And this is how much yarn I have left. And I'm just starting the heel now. Like that's, I got the back of the heel thing done. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Now I have dyed up some more and I've kept skein aside for me because I have a feeling I may need it. But it's not exactly the same color. So I met my sister for coffee last week, and I took the first sock with, or I took the socks with me, and I said, I don't know if I'm going to have enough. And she goes, oh, just make it another color. Just finish it off with like a completely different color. Which I figured was what she would say. But I think what I'll do is I'll finish it off with the Spring Explosion new skein. I do have some more of this yarn, just not as pink. It's going to be more orange. But that's all right. Al's okay with that, so I'm okay with it. But my plan is to finish these preferably this weekend. And I think I can do it because I'm telling you, like the speed I'm going on the magic loop compared to the double pointed is insane. Now I understand why people can finish socks so quickly when they're doing the magic loop. And I considered doing the 2 at a time on the same thing. And then I decided not to. I'm like, you know what? Let's just get started. Because what I did to learn the magic loop was Very Pink Knits. I think her name's Stacy. I forget. I'll put the link in the show notes. But she has a 5 little mini videos that take you kind of step by step. So you start off on how to cast it on. By the way, okay, I'm going to see if this will focus or not. So I don't know if you can tell, but the cast on here is kind of messy. It's not, you know, it's not pretty. And I couldn't figure out why everybody else's look so pretty. And it's probably because they were doing either the German cast on or the longtail cast on. So do you want to know what I was doing? And I'll show you here really quickly. If this is a proper cast on, I don't know. This is how I learned when I was a kid. Literally, I would wrap it around my thumb and then like put it on like that. I think it was something like that. You'd start off with like a slip knot and then you'd go, I can't remember how I did it. 1, like 2, like that, right? And you know, it worked for a cast on, but it kind of gives you this unfinished, kind of messy look. Sorry, Al. So in Very Pink Knits, the step she gives, she says do a long tail cast on, and she shows you how to do the long tail cast on. I'm looking at it going, why did I not know that? So when I was learning the magic loop, I wasn't doing it on these because I had already started knitting these, and these were on my double pointed, and I switched them over. Like when I was like here, I switched it over to the magic loop. But before I did that, dropping things, I started another pair of socks, which I was going to, I mentioned I wanted to do a pair of socks with my own hand-dyed yarn, 1 pair a month. So I thought, okay, well, I'll start the ones that I had for July. So these I'm going to finish hopefully this weekend. But in the meantime, hang on. Stick these back in the bag. These are in my loop drawstring bag. That's I get these bags at my local yarn store, the Loop. See, and again, the dog hair is extra. I put that on myself. These are great. They're like little drawstrings. They're very, flexible. I got like the little pattern book in there for the sock because I still have to look at it. Although I am getting better. This second pair is in my new project bag from earlier, from Longview Creations, with the funky retro trailers on it. So this, and I'm knitting these on my Eddy Turbo Rockets. So I cast on, I should have, hang on, just so you can see the comparison, because like, I don't know if you can tell. Seriously, look at the big long dog hair. Ignore that. But like the edge here is so much neater and cleaner. Like that compared to this, and it's not that that's bad, but in comparison, this is just like 100 times better. This is going to be my July sock because of the red and white. It's also got little flecks of black going through it. So it's not a completely red and white Canadian, but it's red and white enough. I had to pass for my Canada Day socks. So again, these are my Addy Turbos, and there. These are my Addy Turbo Rockets, and I love these. I love them, love them. Let's see if I can. Nice and sharp. Nice and pointy. So I'm at the point right now, I'm not going to make these super long because these are for me, and I'm a short person. So I think I'm ready right now. This is all the length I need, I think, in the leg. And I'm going to start doing the heel. Maybe I'll do it a little longer. Anyway. So this is the first sock. And this is the first one I actually did on the magic loop from start to, wherever I am here. And then I thought, okay, this is crazy. It is so easy. I love it. I switched over the Spring Explosion sock partway through. So that is, that's in progress. And I would love to have that one, at least one sock done by the next episode. But I also, when I do the heels, I like to be able to kind of have some quiet and concentration time, and to be somewhere that I can curse and swear if things go bad, because I still struggle with the heel flap gusset. I do want to learn the fish lips kiss heel. I always get that backwards. And I keep hearing about this true afterthought heel where you cut. And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm going to have to like look up on YouTube exactly what they mean, because I'm like, seriously? Are you just like into your sock and then like cutting something out, and then how does that even work? I can't even, yeah. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do that yet. I mean, one step at a time. I can't even get the heel flap gusset down without some cursing and swearing. Although, Very Pink Knits, I watched her tutorial on when you get to that part where you're picking up the stitches, which is usually where I have my issues. And I'm watching her do it. Okay. This is really sad. I was picking up the stitches by just poking my needle through the things, but I wasn't knitting each stitch as I went. I would like get to the top and then I would knit down and then I would knit over and then I pick up stitches and then knit down. It was, anyways, so she's doing the tutorial and she's like picking up and knitting the stitches as she goes. I'm sitting there going, oh, is that how you do it? So, yay, I learned something new. I learned a bunch of new things this week. So, anyway, I still like to kind of be on my own. Privacy is somewhere safe where I won't offend people with some of the curse words that come out of my mouth. But I also wanted something to kind of knit while I was, you know, I had a lunchtime off where I wasn't training because I train at the gym usually 4 to 5 days a week. But I needed a day off because I was just really tired and my muscles were sore. And so I thought, I want something to knit. So I went over to Starbucks and, oops, it's totally, I started another sock on my Knitter's Pride. Let me see. Yeah, they're the Karbonz. So these two are also there. So these are also nice and pointy. And honestly, if my needles aren't pointy, I don't want to knit with them. It aggravates me. So I really like the pointy needles. I haven't tried the Haya sharps yet, but I would like to. I would like to, and I may eventually down the road pick some of those up. I'm gonna untangle my stuff here. So these will be, these may be my July #2 socks. Because at the rate I'm going, I may be able to get 2 done a month. And if that works out, I may be able to do that box of socks because I thought I was too far behind. But I've had the stripy socks. I've got the Spring Explosions. I've got the Canada Day socks. I've got these here. So yeah, I might be able to catch up because Christmas is coming and I want to do a bunch of socks for Christmas for people. So anyway, this is on the Lavender Fields colorway. So this is on 80/20 sock weight. This was one of my prototypes. And I wanted to knit it up to see how it looked. And I love it. So I'm definitely going to be adding this one to the shop. So yeah, this one's definitely going to go in the shop. It's just got these, oops, great little flecks of color through it. So I just love it. And I did this one, usually I'll cast on 60 stitches. It's a nice bit of dog hair going too. But I did 56 for this because I've got smaller feet and I like my socks to fit. So, plus I was doing these, the other ones are 2mm 40-inch circs, and these are 2.25, which, I mean, I don't know, it's going to make a whole lot of difference, but I thought I'm going to go down to the 56 and see how that works. And again, like, I knit this up over a couple days, like on a lunch hour. So it's going fast. Now, the heel part slows me down a little bit because I have to stop and think. But this was sort of part of the point of me doing this too, was I wanted to get a sense of how some of these prototypes, as I'm calling them, knitted up. And I don't know if some of these, this has got like a lot of little flecks of color in it, but I think it's getting a little blown out. There we go. You can kind of see it there. But this sort of gives me a sense of how some of the tester ones that I did will knit up and get a sense of, you know, is this what I was trying to do? Which it was, so I'm very happy. Also, these socks are going to be mine because, you know, I need socks too. I don't have any knit socks. I have no knit socks other than the stripy socks that I made, but again, I did those on 60. I think I used 2.5 double pointed needles, and they're too big, and it's annoying. So I don't even know if I'll wear them really. I don't know. I might see if they fit my stepson. His feet are bigger than mine now. Everybody's feet are bigger than mine. So that is it for WIPs. That's it. Okay, so what's in the queue? And this is going to be fairly quick because there's only a few things. I am going to do 1 to 2 socks per month out of my own hand-dyed yarn. And the other thing is I'm going to cast on a sweater, and I think I'm going to do my original plan, which is the TinCan's Flax Light sweater, which you can get on Ravelry. And I'm doing it out of Elizabeth Laval's Silky Wool Designer's Choice. So that's the tag. And the colorway is called, I don't know if it has a name. No, it just says a number. Color 53. But this is it. And it's really soft. When I saw wool, I was like, meh, because I can't wear pure wool. I break out into hives. But this is crazy. And what's the blend? 45% wool, 35% silk, 20% nylon. So that's, yeah. I assume it just says wool, so I'm going to guess 100%. But that's not even, it doesn't feel scratchy even a little bit. So it blows it out color-wise a little bit. No, that's not too bad right there. But it's got more of a sagey green color to it. And I've already got all of the yarn. And so I'm like, okay, you've got everything you need for this sweater. The pattern is a top-down knit, which is what I was looking for because I've never knit a sweater before. So let's make it easy. Yeah, so this is the one I'm going to cast on. And you know what I'm just going to leave this out and I'm going to put it in one of my new bags because this is getting cast on in July. So the other cast on socks, and I have this is the Briar Isabell Kraemer one, but I think I'm going to wait and do that later maybe in the fall. I had another one here and I don't know where the pattern went. I stuck it somewhere and I can't find it, but I'll put the name down in the notes because I'm totally blanking on it, but it's a beautiful shawl. You can knit it at a DK or fingering weight, and I haven't decided yet which I'm going to do. I kind of like my shawls to be a bit lighter weight, just because anything heavy, like that lays kind of right along here, for some reason I think it makes me pull my neck forward, and then I get like this headache. It's stupid. I don't know why I do that, but any kind of even the smallest amount of weight back there seems to trigger it. So I don't know I want anything too heavy. The other one I want to do is the High Plains Drifter, which I think is going to be a fairly simple knit and I think this is a free download. Yeah, I think this is a free download on Ravelry. But I kind of showed this before, but like this is the pattern. So this could be kind of TV knitting or just, you know, kind of relaxing knitting. So I don't think it's going to take too long to do because it's not like massive size wise. So I think that'll be good. And so that's pretty much what's in the queue. Shawl, sweater, socks, and probably kind of working bit by bit on the Hoagie Telly starting point cowl. So that's it. So here's the thing with the shop update. The Etsy, my shop is Loch Briar Knits on Etsy, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes if you want to check it out. A lot of people who do shop updates will say it's on this date and it's on this and this and this time exactly. And that's great because it's a lot of fun and they probably have a horde of people clamoring to get there. So I think opening it up, telling people what time all the new stuff is going to be in works best for that kind of a situation. I don't have a stampede of people. I'm hoping to eventually have a stampede of people, and then I will say, hey, on this time, we're going live. But for now, I'm just going to give a date. And all the new stuff in the shop for July 1st. Because I've got all the stuff dyed up. And the only thing I need to decide is I'm sending a couple of skeins off to different podcasters for prizes in upcoming cows that they're having. But once I decide that, everything else is ready to go. I just have to get the pictures taken. And it's been raining, and I take the pictures outdoors to get the natural light. It's been raining, I swear, every night. And the one night that it wasn't, it was so stinking hot, and the sun was shining right down on the deck where I usually take the pictures, that everything was getting blown out color-wise. So I kind of have to wait until the sun sort of moves away. And of course, then it clouded over and it started to sprinkle, so I couldn't do that. Let's see. So let's show you what we got. I also did new labels up, which I'll show you. So here's the new labels. Little tree, Loch Briar Knits. I think I had the yarn ball and the 2 needles going through, but I thought, you know what, like trees are me, so I just loved it, and I thought, you know what, that's perfect. So, anyways, so this is Sweet Briar. This is on the 75-25 superwash merino nylon base. And I did decide to name my bases after saying that I wasn't going to, because I found I was giving the bases nicknames anyways, because I usually give everything a nickname. So I thought, okay, so the 75-20 is going to just be my classic base. It's usually what I do my sock yarn. I do have an 80-20. I don't have any, I have some in stock in the shop, but I don't have any bare yarn in stock right now. So that one's all reliable. And the 75-20 is going to be the classic. So this here, sorry, this is Sweet Briar. So this is a speckled yarn with a whole bunch of lovely colors in it, which matches my nail polish apparently. I do have some new bases that are getting added to the shop. There's the MCN, which is superwash merino cashmere nylon base, and I also have a gold stellina base. Anyways, this is, I don't have my label on this one yet. This is Lover's Quarrel, and this is on my BFL base with a twist, so I'm calling this one my Twisted Sister base. I have one in BFL for this. I have one in lace weight, and I think I have one in lace weight, and I have one in MCN. So this is actually one of my favorites, and I love the BFL is a nice sturdy sock. It's great for sock knitting because it's still soft, but it's sturdy. This is Lucid Dreaming, and I'll show you the this is the lace weight. So the lace weight has 100% superwash merino. Lucid Dreaming in the lace weight. So it's, the green's kind of blown out, but when you see them in the shop, they'll definitely be, and I usually post on Instagram as well, so you can check them out on there. And those will have a kind of a truer depiction of the colors. So that's Lucid Dreaming in the lace weight. This is Lucid Dreaming in the BFL. So mint cherry chocolate. This is the lace weight. And of course it's got green. Oops, I'm slipping. It's got the green, the chocolate, kind of the cherry raspberry coloring. And then this is the same one on the Twisted Sister base. So each different base kind of gives it, the color, a different look. This is the lace weight. This was just a one-of, and this is in lilac. So that's in the lace weight. This is the Oasis in BFL. And this is the Oasis in lace. Some of these I have reskeined. I'm trying not to do that as much anymore. I'm trying to leave at least one of them normal, kind of like as they look when they come out of the pot. Sort of as, oops, I did with like the Lover's Coral. That's kind of gives you, shows it what it looks like out of the pot. But I'm also going to skein one up so that you can see what it looks like when it's reskeined, because that kind of gives you a really good idea of the color distribution. So this is Burning Down the House on the lace weight. And that's kind of a mix of oranges and reds. And this is Burning Down the House on the 75/20 base. And these both have been reskeined. And the other reason I'll reskein them sometimes is when you kind of get them out of the pot, I'm like, I worry that I want to make sure that they have, when you receive them, that they're free of tangles. And the best way for me to ensure that is to reskein them. But I'll try to take a picture of it for the photos, at least, before I do reskein it. So this is actually one of my favorites. This is Boyfriend Jeans, and it's different tones of blue and white. And this is the, this is the lace weight here. And then this is the 25 or 75/25. And it's got, I don't know if you can tell here because this, again, the camera, it's sort of, they're sort of different. There's like light blue and then kind of a darker blue. Not a navy, but like a darker jeans blue. So it sort of looks like faded jeans. So that's in the 75/25 and the lace weight. This is Twilight, and it just reminds me of a sunset with all of the kind of the gray and the orange and the purple streaks. So this is on the 75/25 base. So this, I love this one. I did this one the other week. This is Forest and Sky, and the green is much more vibrant than what it's showing here. And there's a really good picture of it on my Instagram account. You can check that out. So this is Forest and Sky before it was reskeined. And this is Forest and Sky after it was reskeined. And I can tell you, I saved a skein of this for myself. And I can't wait to knit with it. So, and those ones are on the 75-25. I didn't do a lace one on those ones. No, I just did those in 75-25. This is taffy. It reminds me of the taffy that I used to eat when I was a kid that would come in this thick strip, which was like pink and brown and blue. And that's what that reminds me of. It's my summer colorway. So this is taffy, and this is on the BFL, the Twisted Sister. And the last two these are one-offs. I may try to recreate this though, because I actually kind of like how it turned out in the end. This is called the Contrary Berry. So it's got little flecks. See if you can see the little flecks of black in it. So this one is on the 75-20 base, and then this one is on the Twisted Sister BFL base. So that is everything that's in the shop. Now, these will be in the shop along with the ones that are already there, and that'll get updated and be available for sale on July 1st. Oh yes, there is a couple more. Hang on. Okay, this is how we're gonna have to do this one, because I don't have these skeined up yet. These are on the MCN and the Stellina base. So this is the new version of Spring Explosion. And this is on the gold Stellina. You can kind of see some sparkling going on there. I like this one because the yarn has a nice twist to it, so it'll have some really nice stitch definition as well. So this, clearly unskeined, obviously, but this is the Spring Explosion on the gold Stellina. Again, this is Lover's Quarrel, and that's on the MCN, so it'll be an MCN base. No, sorry, that's on the 75-25, and this is it on the MCN base. So we have some of that to go. This is the Spring Explosion on the MCN base. So that'll be going up as well. I love this MCN base. It is so soft, like crazy soft. Then I did up some Farewell to Nova Scotia. This is in the gold Stellina. So it's the blues and yellows and whites and grays. That's the Farewell to Nova Scotia. I was calling it Spring Nova Scotia, but Spring in Nova Scotia. But I like the song Farewell to Nova Scotia, and that was just sticking in my head. So I've got that also on the MCN base. I've got two of those on the MCN base, and there's two in the 80-20 base in the shop already. So that's what that goodness looks like. And I think that's it. That's it for the shop update. And again, that's Loch Briar Knits on Etsy, and I'll leave the links in the show notes. And that's going to be July 1st that all these goodies are going up in the shop. Okay? And I think that's everything. So, total randomness. Well, for starters, my husband and I had mentioned we're taking a biking tour of Slovenia, Austria, and Italy. and it got canceled because they only had one other couple sign up, and obviously, like, it was a tour, so they need a certain amount of people to sign up before they can actually have the tour. But that left us with a vacation to book. So we thought, okay, well, where do we want to go? And I said, well, we've been talking about Edinburgh as one of the places we both like to see. So that's where we're going. But the other thing was my book. This is book 9 in the series that I'm writing. That released on Tuesday. So that's done. It's out of the way. And I'm on to book number 10 in the series. And it's the final one. Last one. I do have a spin-off series planned, but anyway, that's later. So I got that all done. I was happy, done, out, released. Everything's going well, and I think that's about it. That's it. That's my random ramblings. And I completely forgot. Hang on. We are doing a giveaway. Because I have 2 copies of this. So we're going to do a giveaway. I am going to open up a Ravelry thread, and it's going to be called PomPom Giveaway. And all you have to do is answer a question or a prompt. And I don't know what it's going to be yet. I will think of something. But the thread's going to be called PomPom Giveaway. And you'll have until the next episode in 2 weeks to log in your answer. So giveaway, PomPom. This, it's great. It doesn't have just patterns in it. It's got, like articles, and it's so well done. It's like on this lovely heavy paper, and it's just, honestly, it's beautiful. It's so well done. It's no wonder everybody raves about it. So check out the giveaway on the Ravelry page, and the giveaway will be called PomPom Giveaway. And then I'll announce on the next episode the winner. Okay? So I think that's everything. So thanks for showing up, and thanks for returning if you've been checking out the episodes as we've been going along. If you're a new viewer, I hope you'll come back. You may win something. And look, incentive, woo! And if you like the episode, click the thumbs up. That really kind of helps get the word out for me. If you want to be notified of when the next episodes are available, hit the subscribe button and the little bell thing. Alarm. And until then, I will see you in 2 weeks' time. So happy knitting until then.